Hello Redditors, welcome back to Tales Against Humanity. Now, let's get started. In today's episode,
I did it like you wanted. So there is a change of network storage. The old network share belongs to an old NAS that needs to be replaced, horror configuration, shares that get connected with admin credentials and so on. The new NAS should be clean and better, so I set it up with a new IP and new share users all clean and tidy. To make it as easy as possible for the users, I write batch files that automatically disconnect the old shares and connect the new ones. I then write a TXT file with instructions, click batch 1, then click batch 2, and share it with the batches on a file share. They get a link via email to the shared folder. I tested the batches and thought, all right, this will work. What can go wrong at this point? Today is the day I changed the IP of the old NAS to force everyone to use the new one. Just a few minutes after the IP change, I get the first mail. Did not work. I called the customer and accessed her device via remote software. I then opened the link she had, downloaded all the files, opened the instruction and followed it. Worked like a charm. Turned out, she followed the instructions too precisely. Because I didn't mention that you need to download the files first, she just clicked on the batches and of course nothing happened. I need to mention here that the file share is browser-based. And that's why you have to test such instructions with someone that has no knowledge of IT whatsoever. Lesson learned. Edit. As the day progresses, new problems arise. If you download all the files at once, you get a .zip file instead of the single files. What a fool I am, thinking someone could handle this. If you execute the batch to connect the new shares, sometimes Windows Defender will warn you that the file is suspicious. To be fair, you have to know how to skip this warning. Story 2. Hello, IT. I'd never actually used the rest of that phrase to somebody before today, so I'm feeling a bit pleased with myself. No, I'm not technically IT. I'm the user who usually fixes the stupid stuff before my coworkers send a bunch of idiotic work orders in. Now that that's out of the way. So there I was, putting in a work order for something that needed it, a cordless device that didn't have a battery installed, when the shift lead comes up and says he's got another one for me to put in. Now, shift lead is a special position in that he isn't a supervisor, so he's not my boss, but he is acting as supervisor for this shift and getting bonus pay for the extra responsibility, because there is no supervisor working in this specific area tonight. Let's call him Alex. Alex, the computer in X office isn't working. Day shift said it isn't logging in. Me. Have they tried turning it off and on again? Alex. You've seen this before. Me. So many times. There's 3 things that might be wrong with it. Give me 10 minutes and I can have it working again. Alex. Let me try restarting it first. 20 minutes later. Alex. Yeah, it was basically not turned on. Me. There was a reason I asked you that question. Story 3. No backup since X11. Just got an email from a startled customer. Backup was not running for a whole month. Please investigate. For all who are wondering how the customer can possibly know that, it's the boss of this company, and as such has demanded to know the logins to check on the server, especially the backup, from time to time. Bad idea, I know, but good soldiers follow orders. Well, anyway, I remote onto the backup server and find the backup program already opened. Last backup. 1 month ago. That was really strange, as we didn't get any alert mails and the backup history should at least show recently failed jobs. After a few seconds of wondering, I just closed the program and opened it again and voila! Backup history got renewed and everything was fine after all. And that's why you should just stick to your guns and let the IT handle the IT-related stuff. At least I am awake. Now story 4. Do you have a recent backup? Setup. Assisting a customer to install updates of our software on their PC. We don't typically have issues with our updates, but just in case, we always make sure they have a recent update before continuing so we can restore if necessary. This particular customer is a very small business, so our software is directly installed on their work PC. So on to the story. Me. Do you have a recent backup? Customer. Yes, it's set up to backup automatically every night. Me. Do you know how to access that backup to restore your data? Customer, it's been backing up every night for over 2 years, but we've never had to restore. So no, I have no idea how to do that, and the person who set it up is no longer available. Me. Mutes phone size unmutes, I'll just make a backup on your PC. I also explained that it would be a really good idea to contact their IT person to make sure that their backup process is working and they can restore their data in case of a major disaster. Edited to add contact their IT person.